Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. There's a chart analyst, I'm going to be sharing his opinion with you in this video, who says that XRP is a powder keg, and when it pops, it's going to explode into the heavens. Oh, so glorious. I'll be sharing with you the concept behind that. Basically, in this video, this is going to be largely a video having to do with price, not 100%, but pretty close to it. And as such, I've got opinions from all sorts of traders and chart analysts in the world of crypto, specifically as it pertains to XRP. I've got a lot of opinions to share with you. I've got a couple articles towards the end. Here's what they're going to be here. Let's see, what's this one titled? Daily Hodl. Bitcoin futures skyrocket as crypto platforms Binance and Bakkt post breakout performances. Now, that headline really caught my attention. Of course, this is all in conjunction with the huge mooning of, in particular, Bitcoin and many altcoins a couple days ago. And I made a video about that. And it's also interesting to me because Bakkt, obviously lackluster performance, many would say, right out the gate, but also that was, from my perspective, to be expected. But nonetheless, caught this headline. This is the most positive headline in terms of Bakkt that I have ever seen post-launch. I've also got this article. This is just for fun here. Anonymous Bitcoin prophecy goes viral as Bitcoin leads crypto resurgence. Now, before we get going here, if you would please delicately tap that like button, but don't get smashy with it, because if you smash that thing, you might break it. And if you break it, I'm sorry, I know it's tough love, but you have to buy it. That's the policy on the Moon Lambo channel. It could be a hefty bill. And go ahead and subscribe. There are worse ways to spend your time than listening to my soothing voice. Yeah, so go ahead and subscribe, I promise. And if you hate it, here's the thing. If you got buyer's remorse, go ahead and unsubscribe. I say buyer's remorse, this is free. So, if you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe later. You do you. But regardless, even if you don't, I appreciate you stopping by. Okay, quick market cap update here. $249 billion. Just a couple days ago, we were teetering on the edge of 200. Could have dipped below, gone the other way. Didn't. You got Bitcoin at 9,551 and XRP at just below 3629.66 cents. And it's looking like it's mostly been trading sideways, other than this huge run-up where, in a chart it looks huge, I say huge. There's a 28.8 cents and it got up to, in very short order, 29.8, so it jumped up a penny, but that wasn't a very short time period, which is kind of fascinating nonetheless. And then you got Bitcoin here, which, look, the highest that I see here is 9,700 and something here with a 24-hour high. And look, I'm going to share with you the opinions of some chart analysts here, but many think, despite the relative flatness over the last 24 hours, if you compare it to 2 days ago anyway, despite all of that, fireworks haven't even really started here. Let's just jump into this article here. Bitcoin now targeting $20,000 with XRP ready to explode, say crypto analysts. A pair of crypto analysts are feeling bullish on two of the leading cryptocurrencies. Crypto Michael tells his 43,000 followers on Twitter that several key Bitcoin metrics are looking solid after Friday's big rally. Michael says Bitcoin's current price action is comparable to 2016, and his new target for the leading cryptocurrency is $17,000 to $20,000. And here's a quote: 100-week moving average test completed and held, similar to beginning 2016. Back above 200-day MA and EMA important indicators. Holding trendline well. 2016 period, and now are still comparable, in which targeting $17,000 to $20,000 prior to halving is realistic. And I have heard some big names in the last several months or so call for this. Mike Novogratz, I'm pulling from memory, but I'm pretty sure he said that he could see all-time high hit potentially mid-December, maybe the end of the fourth quarter. So some have called for it, but there are a lot of people that are saying the real interesting price action isn't going to occur until the halving of Bitcoin, and that's when the frenzy is really going to pick up, many have said. So we'll see here. Analyst Josh Rager, sounds angry, is preaching caution to his 59,000 followers and says Bitcoin will dip to $9,000 and continue correcting after its big spike. And here's a quote now. This is something that I'm not really panicking about because really what it's doing is it's ranging after moving up 40% in a day, so it's totally natural to correct a little bit. So as Bitcoin currently corrects right here, nothing really to worry about. If we take the Fibonacci, which acts as typical percentage of pullbacks, we can see that from the top to bottom, the price could potentially bounce at $8,821. It would wick down to as low as $8,400. I really don't want to see that, though. Really what I want to see is that price stays above $8,800. Now, let's get to the XRP stuff here. So, meanwhile, Crypto Gains tells his crew of 34,000 followers that he thinks XRP is a powder keg that's ready to burst. Now, I do want to point out, since this is crypto media, they wrote, in quotation marks, it's a powder key, K-E-Y, not keg, which is what he actually wrote, K-E-G. It's a powder key because this is crypto media. And after you type it up, just in case you didn't know, this is you just want to be in crypto media, to start writing stuff, and then it's essentially a draft, but then you just publish that. So you create your draft and then spit it out into the world for everybody to read. And if you made a bunch of mistakes, even grammatically, just a sentence structure, factual content, don't worry about it. You're crypto media. You cool. You do you. You just do what you want to do. It's all cool. Anyway, the analyst is looking for XRP to play catch up with Bitcoin and the rest of the market ahead of Ripple's swell conference in Singapore next month. And here's the actual tweet here. That's not me doing that. He wrote that out. XRP is a powder keg here. When this pops, it's going into the heavens, not gonna lie. He wrote NGL, but that means not gonna lie. I had to Google that, though. I was like, what the hell is NGL? And I had to Google, what does NGL mean? And it means not gonna lie. So now we know. I taught you something. I bet you didn't know that. Maybe you didn't. If so, high five. You're cool. As for the reason behind Bitcoin's big end of the week rally that pushed Bitcoin past $10,000, analyst Alex Kruger says there's little evidence to show that China's President Xi Jinping's, and I don't know if I'm saying that right, recent show of support for blockchain technology triggered Bitcoin buys in China. Instead, he thinks the big news from the president lifted sentiment among crypto traders outside of China who are already in the market. So there you go. All right, let's get to the next piece here I wanted to cover. And this was a short video from Patty Stash. I watched this, just a couple minutes long. Fascinating stuff. So we made a couple points in this. He cited that in terms of dollar value, the amount of money that flowed into Bitcoin, he said it was $43 billion. I'll take him at his word. I didn't go ahead and fact check that, but he said $43 billion flowed in during this latest pop within the last couple days. Massive amount, biggest day since 2011, as I reported on in a very recent video. And he cited, he made the point that that's like twice as large, or something like that, twice as large as Ethereum's entire market cap. So he's basically making the point that there's a lot of opportunity for upward mobility in terms of price. I want to add, and he didn't cite this, but I just want to mention, and I'm not going to get in depth here, but as a friendly reminder, the net inflow of cash necessary to make this happen is nowhere near what the market cap actually is, because if somebody's selling, generally speaking, somebody is buying for it for more. So in terms of the actual money about flowing in, let me just say it this way, because I don't want to get into a full explanation. Although I did have a fun explanation having to do with Flobies, and if you know the video that I'm citing where I was talking about Flobies, yes, the vacuum hair cutter. Send some love in the comment section below. That was a fun one, wasn't it? I need to bring talk of Flobies back here. But I was basically pointing, I'm confusing a bunch of people that didn't see that video. But yes, by the way, Flowbee, it is basically a vacuum for your hair. It cuts your hair. It's a vacuum cleaner hair cutter. It's ridiculous. Just Flowbee, F-L-O-W-B-E. Do yourself a favor. If you don't know what a Flowbee is, Google it and then laugh hysterically. It's a real thing. And then Google bad haircuts from Flowbee and like people losing chunks of their hair and stuff. It's awesome. Anyway, it's good times. But I just wanted to point out, so the market cap today for the entire crypto asset class, $250 billion. That is not how much money was put in. I just want to point that out. If you don't understand why, I can make another video talking about that again soon. Just let me know if you're interested in that. But I'm sure conceptually many of you heard me talk about it. I don't want to rehash that in this particular video. So he was talking about that, and then he was also talking about this point. Let me just read his tweet. He talked about that in the video, but he writes, check out this chart from October 20th. And the one from today. Bitcoin's huge spike caused a major surge in BTC.D. and dump in alt.d. Now, I'm assuming, since he's talking about dominance of these Bitcoin versus alts, I believe that the D just means dominance. If that actually means something, I'm just unaware of it, and you can call me dumb and tell me what it actually means in the comment below, but I believe he's talking about Bitcoin dominance. So a major surge in Bitcoin dominance and a dump in altcoin dominance. And he writes, it played out how I was expecting, and just like it did prior to the last 2 alt seasons. Now that we kissed support, it's time to fly. And so here's the chart associated with that tweet. And he writes here, there is the retest of support, just like the chart did previous to the last 2 alt seasons. Is the time finally upon us? And he's been a strong proponent for the concept of alt season coming. I'm on board with that. I think that he is likely right. Not financial advice. I don't have a financial background. I'm just sharing conceptually. I've talked about it in past videos. I don't want to get into again why I believe that. But other than just to say, if you just look historically what has happened and the fact that, in terms of alt dominance versus Bitcoin dominance, if you look at that and just historically what has, that is the historical evidence. But then if you also look at the fact that there is a crazy amount of volume still in the altcoin markets, it's just not dead. And you put those two things together, it just makes a ton of sense that it's going to pop at some point. I don't know when. I'm not a chart guy. Here's a tweet from Magic. There's a couple of them, really. 2 days ago, we saw a small example of the wild FOMO that can erupt in the crypto space. The words of one man caused prices to explode in instant pandemonium in crypto. At some point, that FOMO will be exponentially greater. I'm waiting patiently to reap those rewards. And then somebody named LittleBit86 wrote, I wouldn't try and put any narrative to manipulated markets, to be honest. And Magic responded to that. If you look at the charts, Bitcoin's upside reaction initiated when Chinese president was speaking on blockchain technology. The narrative speaks for itself. And so whether it's true or not, I just wanted to share another pin with you. He is Magic here. He is a chart analyst who has made some rather accurate calls, and that's why he has a following of almost 30,000. He's done some stuff right in the minds of many people. Here's a tweet from Cryptalk. He's from the XRP community. Chart analyst here. He writes, my buy target is only above 31.5 cents for XRP and 31.7 cents in case of a breakout. I still stand by 23 to 25 cent retrace for the final shakeout and then straight to 42 cents. So he believes that XRP is going to be dipping somewhere in the region of 23 to 25 cents, final shakeout basically, and then it will straight up get to 42 cents. That's his opinion. So there you go, another chart analyst. I just like sharing opinions with you. I am not a chart analyst, and I don't want to pretend I am. You guys familiar with Harry, who on Twitter is @HeraldoXRP? He is known for calling the greatest bull run in the history of XRP. So here's a tweet from Harry on December 12th, 2017, right before it happened. And he tweeted out, XRP formed a doji on 1 hour at a significant level. Bulls then bought it back. Short's gonna get wrecked. Make way for Moon. And oh my gosh, he was indeed spot on. So I want to reference that before sharing with you his next 2 tweets. He's got one about Bitcoin, one about XRP. And he's got a massive following too. How many does he have following? Yeah, 23,400 followers. Okay. So Bitcoin price action suggests traders' bull target is now in the region of $11,535. So there you go. That's the case on Bitcoin. 2 XRP now. And he wrote this. As discussed, traders want to trade breakouts around 33 cents in my opinion. Wait till then. So the way I read that is, XRP, maybe it's going to bounce around, do what it does. But if you want to know when the true fireworks are going to happen, if I'm reading Harry correctly, he's saying from 33 cents on, or it's like, psh, bam. Then Moon, then Lambo. Yes. Well, he didn't say that, right? All right, next article here from Daily Huddle. Bitcoin futures skyrocket as crypto platforms Binance and Bakkt post breakout performances. Bitcoin's rally on Friday, which marked one of the biggest gangs on record, has pushed futures trading to new all-time highs. Both Binance and Bakkt are reporting record-breaking volumes. According to data compiled by CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin spiked on October 25th, gaining $2,400 in a single day, up from $7,506 and reaching a high of $9,932 before dipping back to around $9,000 on Saturday. Cryptocurrency exchanges Bitstamp and Binance clocked Bitcoin as high as $10,350 and $10,370, respectively, marking the cryptocurrency's highest level since September 24th. Binance research also notes that it took Bitcoin roughly 15 hours to gain 30%, showing off Bitcoin's ability to make seismic moves. The market rally also recorded Bitcoin's biggest single-day surge since April 2nd, as it carried the futures market to new highs. Crossing the billion-dollar milestone, Binance Futures skyrocketed to $1.14 billion with 165,000 Bitcoin trading within 24 hours on Friday, signaling strong interest in Bitcoin for the newly launched platform that debuted on September 24. Meanwhile, Bitcoin futures newcomer Bakkt hit another all-time high in daily trading volume, marking its second record-setting day within a week. And here's a tweet from Bakkt Volume Bot, indicating as much. Bakkt's chief operating officer, Adam White, is hinting at more products from the new Intercontinental Exchange-operated platform as it gears up to deliver on its initial promise of onboarding big Wall Street money. Says White, quote, "September's launch was a milestone, but not the finish line. The hard work, market development, happens over the coming months, along with new products and contracts." And so that's why I wanted to state, as it pertains to Bakkt, I was never of the mindset that it had a lackluster launch and it's not going to go anywhere, this or that. To me, I was more like, you guys give it a little bit of freaking time. All the people that were expecting all this moon stuff from the get-go, to me, it was never reasonable to expect that. That's just my humble opinion. It's okay if you disagree with Moon Lambo. I still love you. Platonically. I got a girl. Her name's Moonbay. Anonymous Bitcoin prophecy goes viral as Bitcoin leads crypto resurgence. Take a look at this article. As the crypto market witnesses a meteoric rebound, a prophecy about the future price of Bitcoin shot to the front page of Bitcoin subreddit. Back in January, an anonymous post on 4chan forecasted Bitcoin's price movements through November. The unknown trader nailed the first two projections, stating Bitcoin would hit at least 5,300 in April and cross 9,200 by July. Now, however unlikely as it may seem, Bitcoin has less than a week to continue its moonshot rally and reach the October target of $16,000, a new yearly high. Soon after the post went viral on Reddit, why do I turn the R into a W? That's not correct. Soon after the post went viral on Reddit, former intelligence contractor and exiled privacy advocate Edward Snowden tweeted an image from the above post, creating a viral moment of his own. And there it is on the screen right there. Things on the Bitcoin subreddit quickly got meta, as Redditors wondered whether Snowden is quietly hinting at the viral prophecy. Snowden is a longtime advocate of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Last month, the U.S. Department of Justice filed a civil lawsuit in Virginia alleging Snowden breached his secrecy agreements by not submitting his recently released memoir for pre-publication review. Subsequently, the DOJ is seeking to prohibit Snowden from collecting any profits on the book. In response, Snowden said the government's attempts to prevent him from earning money bode well for BTC. And here's a quote from Edward Snowden: "Whatever you think of him, good or bad, I'm not here to talk about that or anything remotely political. That would not be good." Snowden tweeted out, "In conclusion, this is good for Bitcoin." So there you go. And I don't talk about politics because that would just be divisive. Half of you would agree with me, half would not. I think that it doesn't matter. Whatever your opinion in the XRP community on the world of crypto, let's all just be friends. It's all good. We're all on the same side here in the XRP community in my book. So there we go. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!